I'm just, unfortunately, what are you doing? What?
Come on, let's hear your argument. Go ahead.
About Hank Aaron?
No, John Benet.
Killed by an intruder.
What are you so mad at me for? You're yelling and screaming. Now you're all calm. What happened? Huh?
I mean,
What happened when you call your friend? You're texting your friend.
He thinks...
What did you text?
Most
Mike's so stupid. He thinks that... Right? You said
anybody that thinks that...
And what did he say? Your friend.
He said he thinks the brother did it and the parents covered it up. Bullshit. It's bullshit.
So many people disagree with you.
Because they're not informed. Like I said, listen to what Lou Smith says. He's a brilliant man, and he. See, this is where your logic. This is why I'm 100 times more logical than you. How do you say that?
Because okay.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Nothing but circumstantial and flimsy evidence.
You said that the prosecutor wanted to prosecute them.
They all had a hard-on for the parents.
The prosecutor wanted to prosecute them. That's what you said.
They wanted Smith to come back and say, yeah, I think the parents...
So they brought this guy, and you're saying what somebody thinks, and this is beyond me, because you don't know what somebody thinks. Okay? All we know is what happened and the facts, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? We don't know what somebody's thinking, right?
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
I'm pretty good at... You know what? I know when people have a hard-on for somebody... Listen, let me tell you.
You read people's minds.
Can you just let me speak for a second? I've watched thousands, dare I say, shows.
Oh, so you watched
and
thousands of shows,
I've seen people being interrogated, and I told you, basically, some people will just admit to a crime.
My hair's a mess.
I know, because they want to go to sleep.
Did you just say I know?
Yeah, your hair looks like shit. The bottom line is, and by the way, that DNA evidence on that little girl.
Oh, will you shut up about...
In 2008,
you never shut the fuck up about that.
They officially...
You never...
They officially said John and Patsy had...
It's trace DNA. It's trace DNA. Can they convict them on trace DNA?
You're trying to say she got the DNA somewhere else?
It's trace DNA.
How do you know that?
Because that's what they said. It's trace DNA.
It still could have happened in that
It could have... Could they convict them on trace DNA?
Probably not, but...
Is there a strong case?
I believe, yeah.
If I charged with a crime and I had trace DNA, is that a strong thing? That's all I had?
Yeah, no, it's pretty...
You're stuck on the DNA. You're just like all those other fucking people that love the police with the DNA.
I don't love the police
The DNA
at all.
is not the fucking end-all and be-all. In fact, the DNA is... a little bit.
By the way, are you going to post this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me just say, you just said about the police. Mike Fred has policemen private messaging him, telling him that they support him in his thing. He's an undercover cop lover. Motherfucker. You're going to tell me I love the police? Oh, yeah.
I don't have anybody
Yes, you did. You've
me.
told me police have messaged you privately,
no,
and they came up to you in that hall.
That's different. The guy came up to me.
You're an undercover police lover.
The guy came up to me, Sean Booger.
I don't care who his name. I don't know the name.
And I don't trust him one bit. He was just trying to cozy up to us. I don't trust that guy.
Don't call me.
I don't have any friends. You're the one with the police as friends, not me.
I mean, I just know them as friends. Nothing to do with being cops.
I know them as customers. That doesn't mean I trust them or like them. Old customers of mine. What time is it now? What time is it?
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
I think it's time to go.
Hank Aaron died of the
I know he did.
COVID vaccine.
He was a great man.
That's besides the point. We're on John Benet here. So, what I was trying to tell you was, you said that the prosecutor had a hard-on for the fucking Ramseys.
The police department did, really.
So you said so what happened was the prosecutor takes the evidence that they have, and they believe that
they present it to a grand jury.
They believe there's enough for a grand jury
indictment. Absolutely, and they came back with an indictment. Very true.
Presented it to the grand jury.
Yes.
The grand jury looked over the evidence, and the grand jury said, "I believe there's enough evidence here that there was a crime committed."
So why did they not pursue
Stop
the
talking
case?
over me. I'm not finished yet.
Yeah.
So the guy that had a hard-on, follow the logic here now. The guy, according to you, that had the hard-on, he can't stand the Ramseys, wanted to prosecute them. He took a criminal complaint, brought it to the grand jury. The grand jury comes back with a true bill and indicts the Ramneys.
They wanted to.
Ramses.
They didn't.
I call them Ramneys. Ramses.
Patsy and
whatever.
John
I don't
Ramsey.
care about the
Say
names.
it right.
Doesn't matter.
They're
Okay.
They're
so the
awful.
guy that has a hurt on that wants to prosecute them.
Well, the DA.
Stop talking. Stop
person.
talking. I'm still talking. I'm still making my case there. The guy that has a hurt on that, according to you, have barely any evidence, brought to the grand jury. The grand jury says, true bill, there's enough evidence, brings back the indictment of the prosecutor, which he has a duty to prosecute. And what does he do?
He doesn't prosecute.
And why doesn't he prosecute it?
Because he knew he couldn't win the case.
I don't think so.
Why? Then why?
I don't think so.
Tell me why then, boss.
I don't think so.
Why? Why did he not?
I don't think so.
Why? You need to tell me why then. Why did he
It's
not?
It's called a dialectic.
The hell, a dialectic?
Yeah.
Tell me what that term is. I've never even heard of that term, quite frankly. Maybe I have, but I don't. What is it? I really don't know.
Well, let me just,
I don't know.
Let me
I
just
mean,
give you my theory, but I don't have any evidence for it. But let me just give you my theory about now. You know somebody who's a private investigator. Used to be a cop, right?
Who?
You know, he talked about him. We talked about him.
I don't know.
Vito? Vito?
I don't know him personally.
Okay, but we know him, right?
We know who he is.
You don't have a good, whatever. But
oh, well, you like him?
He doesn't have a good reputation. Let's just say that, right?
No shit.
Okay, so he doesn't have a
You
good
won't
reputation.
even. You're afraid to tell people where he lives.
I don't know where he lives.
You know where he lives.
But
you don't tell people.
But okay, he brought down the what was it? The captain at the time or the police chief?
They were dealing drugs out of the police
Police were
station.
dealing drugs.
I know that.
He brought them down. He retired, but what happens now, Gerard? What happens? How does he make a living now?
Well, you said he's a private investigator.
Private investigator.
He worked for Sam.
Who calls him in the cases?
Who calls him into cases?
Yeah, do the police call him up on the phone and say, "Hey, I need help with the case"?
They may, possibly.
No,
I don't know whose clients
they
are.
don't. Who's the people that call him and hire him are who?
Like private citizens.
Defense attorneys.
Yeah.
Okay, defense attorneys hire him.
Who's
brought in? He's retired, right? He's retired from the Colorado Police Department.
Smith, he was at the time.
Brought back in.
Correct.
Brought back into the case.
Correct.
By the prosecutor, right?
The DA's office.
The prosecutor that
Hold on.
really wanted.
Does the prosecutor work for the DA's office?
It's still in the same, yeah.
Right. So there you go. So, yes, whoever.
Brought back in.
Correct.
For him to say, so the prosecutor's under pressure to do something, right? So the prosecutor.
Yeah, I would believe. Yeah.
And a lot of people thought the Ramseys did it because
they did.
Statistically, the odds are against your theory.
You throw out the statistics.
Do you agree that statistically the odds are against your theory?
I don't care about statistics.
Do you agree that statistically...
If 1 in a billion cases could be an intruder, this could happen.
Unfucking real. Do you agree that statistically...
Let me tell you something. I see...
This guy all he wants to do is argue and hear himself talk. Go ahead.
I have watched countless interviews with John, Patsy. They have never wavered on anything.
It kills me that you call them by their first names.
This guy, look, what I disagree with what you did was putting that little girl in those beauty pageants. I thought that was disgusting.
How can you possibly explain? Hold on, we're gonna go over we're gonna go over your impossible theory in a second. But
it's not impossible. It's highly probable.
This is my theory.
The Santa Claus, the guy that was playing Santa Claus, I believe was the one that killed her.
I saw him already. I don't.
And he killed himself.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, okay. That's who I believe killed her.
No,
I don't know his name.
I don't believe so.
That's my official.
I don't believe so.
I believe that man killed her.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay.
He might have been a suspect.
He was a suspect.
That might have made him nervous, but that doesn't mean he's a killer.
He was a child molester.
He might have been. He might have been a child molester, but you know what? That doesn't make him a killer either.
I can't say the guy's name because God forbid if someone sees it and wants to sue me. So.
Why is he? The guy's dead. I was going to sue you.
He did. Well, I don't know.
You said he's dead.
He is dead. He committed suicide.
Okay, so here's the deal. So I believe that the prosecution was under tremendous pressure
to come back with an indictment against the
indictment.
Of course.
And prosecute.
You know when they key in on somebody.
So what does he do? He brings in this detective,
Lou Smith,
with his alternate theory, and now he's got plausible deniability. One, he can say, "Well, I went for the indictment." That clears him, makes him look like the good guys going after an indictment, right? And number two, he says, "Well, Lou Smith said that there's got to be an intruder, so I can't really prosecute," right? And to this day, the evidence and the weight of the evidence is still not fucking, it didn't go to trial. It didn't go before the jury because that prosecutor was a wimp and a wussy, and he wanted to kill the case.
Oh, so that's what you're saying.
That's my theory.
That's a very...
Yes,
that might
because
be the
now
dumbest thing I've heard you
now
say.
You can say the dumbest all day long.
And you say a lot of
You
dumb
can say the
things.
dumbest all day long, but I told you I knew somebody in Boulder.
I don't give a shit who you
Way
know.
back
I don't
during
give a
that
shit.
case, I don't even know this guy anymore. I was on AOL. I was like talking to
I
this
don't
dude
give- I don't give a
for
shit.
real all the time. And he told me all the inner workings and the politics and everything involved there, and how the Ramseys were completely connected.
So let's get this
So
straight.
it's
Hold
all a
on.
dog and pony
They
show.
got a hard on, and they did. But you're saying this guy got cold feet at the last second?
He didn't
Get
have
the
cold
fuck outta
feet.
here.
The
He's
hard
a
on,
pussy?
the hard on was the actual fake. That was a show. The prosecutor or DA, wherever he is, had a show pony. It was a pony show for you, okay? That he wanted to prosecute the case. He was lying. He was faking. The people that did want to
So
prosecute,
he was really pro Ramsey then, so to speak.
yes. And the people that wanted to prosecute the case were the police, the one that were actually
police
doing it.
really
because they
wanted-
knew there was something going wrong in that fucking case.
Well-
that cop that testified that she got like
She was
freaked the
acting
fuck
weird.
out when he brought the body
yeah,
upstairs and the
yeah.
way he was acting, dude. There's too many anomalies
These are
in this case.
circumstantial evidence.
No, there's too many.
All right, let me explain something to
There's
you.
too many anomalies in this case.
A detective made a great point once. There's no rule book or any
It doesn't-
way that people react.
Your
People
boy
react-
himself, Lou, said the most simple explanation is usually the fucking answer. That's usually the fucking case.
Right, but he still believes.
But now he makes it into a complicated one because
he's a very intelligent.
that's what he was brought in to
No,
do.
he's a very-
And that's what
I disagree.
That's what Vito Colucci's brought in to do. He's brought in to fucking throw cases off because he's hired by the defense.
I don't care about.
I'd like
don't
to
care.
know who paid that motherfucker to come in there.
Smith.
Yeah. I don't trust that guy. You think
come on.
he's a great
brilliant.
investigator. So
He
what?
was.
He solved 200 murders apparently.
Something like that. Yeah. Why?
Well, how many did he not solve?
I don't know, Mike.
You don't know. You only know how many. You don't know anything about the guy. You just think he's a great
No,
investigator.
I know a lot about him. I
How?
watch. Well, I don't know his personal life, but I know
Right,
what
we
he
really
said
don't know
about.
anything about
He's
him.
very methodical.
You know,
He
you can
talks-
say the same things about other people. And
He
they're
talks in a
really
very monotone way.
absolute dirtbags.
He does
You know?
not speak out of term. He's very intelligent.
So let's talk about your impossible theory.
It's not impossible at
Okay.
all. It's highly likely.
No, it's highly unlikely. It's highly
He was
unlikely.
killed by an intruder.
It's still
buddy.
possible. It's highly unlikely.
Okay.
Somebody snuck into the house.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
With no snow prints outside.
No, there were boot prints.
No, the boot print was inside the building in the basement.
It still didn't match anybody in the house.
There was no snow. Yeah, except for
So how do you
except
explain
for
that?
the police that were trampling all over there, and the people that came over the house.
Well,
Then
there
the
were-
people that came over the house, and they were, I don't know what they were doing, cooking or making coffee,
There were a lot of
cookies.
people.
They were, I don't know what the
people,
fuck
a
they
lot
were
of
doing.
people had keys to that house. That's
No,
true.
but the people were coming over to the house. When the child was murdered, the people were inside the house. The crime scene. The crime scene wasn't secured at all.
They did a horrible job. Absolutely. The police did a pathetic job of securing that crime scene. I totally agree with you there. There
Do you
you're
think
right.
do you think that every crime scene looks like that in Boulder, Colorado at that
I
time?
don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think
I
so.
think it's a Ramsey thing.
Look.
So the guy sneaks into the house, no footprints in the snow, gets in the basement through the window. Obviously, he knew it was there, right? He must have staked out the place ahead of time,
He
right?
may have already been in the house at one point. The Santa Claus was in the house.
Okay. So
I
he
believe
knew-
whoever killed her had
he
been in
knew-
that house
he knew
previously.
he knew about the window. He could come through the window. The window was unlocked.
The
Nobody
window was
locks
unlocked.
the window. The basement door was
It
unlocked.
was also broken. Who broke the window?
Oh, it's been broken.
No, it
broken
was
before.
smashed.
No, it was broken for a while.
It was broken.
No, that was an old broken. The window was broken previously. It wasn't in this case. So, gets to the window, goes through the fucking basement, up the stairs, knowing that door is going to be locked in the basement door, coming through the stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes up into the bedroom of the girl, takes her out of the bed, carries her down the fucking stairs
Uses a stun gun on her
into the
first.
basement.
You forget.
First of all, you can't. What do you think a stun gun does?
Well, it incapacitated
Does
her.
it make you shut up?
Absolutely.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Made her shut up.
We'll have to investigate that.
Made
we'll
her shut
investigate that in a minute. If a stun gun makes you shut
And why
up.
would a relative need to use a stun gun on a girl? If she knew who the relative was, she would go.
Never mind the relative. Never mind that. Let's not. We're not there yet. Okay.
And let me ask you a question.
No. Don't change the subject. You're changing the subject. I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
No physical evidence.
I am not done yet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Takes the victim down the fucking stairs, all the way into the basement.
Correct.
Kills her.
Correct.
Goes upstairs.
Well, I don't know where.
We had to go upstairs to write the ransom, though.
He
goes upstairs.
First, he tried to stuff her in the suitcase. And
Where?
There was a suitcase.
Where did he try to stuff her in the suitcase?
Down in the basement.
Okay.
And
then
he couldn't get her out the window.
Couldn't get her out of the window in the suitcase.
That's right.
Didn't think about that ahead of time.
I guess not. Well, I mean, people make mistakes.
He didn't think about writing a ransom note ahead of time either.
I don't know anything. I don't know how that. I don't know.
Oh, no. This is your theory. Because there's a note there. We have evidence. There's a note.
It's possible.
There's a note there.
Patsy wrote that to try to.
Don't say maybe. It's possible, Patsy. Patsy's a wonderful mother. She's a wonderful person. They're doting parents. Doting.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't like.
They're doting parents.
I didn't like what they did with.
No. According to you, they're doting parents.
John was a wonderful man.
They're doting parents.
Yeah, they were. They never beat her up. And again,
so the killer,
because she wet her bed. Oh my God.
After killing her in the basement, goes up the fucking basement stairs again. All right.
I guess.
Not worried about her. Goes upstairs. He grabs a notepad that's already there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab this notepad, and he writes a note.
Yes.
3 fucking pages. Writes a note.
It was. Yeah.
Rips the fucking pages off. Puts the notepad back and the pen back.
Then he went downstairs.
No. Then he put the notes on the stairs.
Well, that's where they found him, right on the stairs.
And then what happened? Then he went downstairs and did what?
He tried to take the girl out of the fucking wood.
After she was dead?
Well, he might not have known he killed her. He might not. He might. Maybe. I don't know. I'm a little confused on that.
You're supposed to know the case inside and out.
Well, I can't tell you specifically.
All right, we gotta go. I gotta go to work.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, 17 minutes still.
Don't forget, it was horrible.
We're still on this nonsense.